This. Hi. Hello. I am early. And yeah, so I'm tidying up my desk a little bit. Got a random piece of green felt here. Doesn't everyone have that on their desk? Ooh, you don't want to see my head. No, let's move this way a little bit. Is that okay? Alrighty. I don't know why there's like stuff here. It's weird. I don't know whether I can use this or not, but I will save it. Stick this over here. Maybe I can use that. This is just paper that I was printing on, practicing with stamps. So I guess I can glue on that. Well, come on, folks. I'm live. Come see me. Look at that. Hi, Rose. Good to see you. You're the number one. You're number one. Yes, you are. I appreciate giving me the hand. I do. Well, I'm going to proceed. And we've had always nasty thunderstorms just came rolling through. And so we normally don't lose our power, but recently I have to say that we have, so I'm not going to say we don't. So I'm not going to say anything. This is really odd, huh? Obviously, I've gone live because you saw the thing. Oh, anyway, so I'm going to continue. I've got a couple of more postcards I'm going to put together, and then I think I'm going to glue in my Twinchy book. Hi, Ruth, Ann, and Lily. Hi, Cindy. Welcome. Good to see you. Just going to work on these a little bit more, and then I'm just going to do some gluing in a Twinchy book that I have, inspired by and able by Nicole from the Glue Lady. Cut, glue, and relax, or something like that. I just brought Lily in. She was out in the garage hiding from the thunderstorm. She thinks she's safe out there. I guess she is. So this is my little, where did I get this image? I think this image came out of the AARP magazine, the magazine for old people. And it's a bigger image, and I've cut it up into pieces. And I'm gonna use another, I'm using that vinyl transparent sticker paper that I'm in love with, and I just bought another pack of it because it's not that expensive. It's like, I want to say a little over $7 for 25 sheets of this. That's what I paid for it. And yeah, so I'm gonna use my handy dandy. This is what I kind of do. I kind of get under the corner of it and stick this in, and just kind of pick up a piece of it. You know how hard it is. These vinyl stickers are really hard to, they just don't want to leave the motherboard, so to speak. This normally always works, but not today. That is weird. I should have left it on the, come on. Well, we'll try the other corner. Ah, I got it. All you have to do is get a corner of it. And this is, again, completely transparent, so we'll be able to see the image behind it. Let's see if I can't get it down somewhat straight. There. So these are the lyrics to Pete Seeger's song. This land is your land. This land is mine. He wrote that in 1944. Great song. So I don't know that I'm going to add anything to that. At least for now, I am not. Other than I possibly could just put this on it. But I'm thinking I could put that on the back of the postcard. I think I'm going to do what P&M Studios are doing. They are printing. They're printing these cards out on cardstock and then sending those and keeping the originals. I never thought of that, but I think that's what I'm going to do, because I printed out the 6 that I made last week, and I scanned them, and then I emailed them to Mariah, and she's put together a beautiful package of all of them, ones that everyone has done, and it's a free PDF file if anybody's interested in printing them out and cutting them up and doing such. I bet you that's why that didn't work. Oh, let me just try this. Excuse me for the interruption. I can't even speak. I was writing on, I can't find the magic marker. Oh, come on. Oh, well. I was trying to write on this stuff, and I thought I was writing on this, and I was writing on the other stuff. And it wouldn't write on it, and I couldn't understand why. Let's see. Oh, that's not going well. So that one's kind of done. I might add something else to it, but I'm not sure. And I like this so much, I still have some more of it. So I'm going to glue this down on one of, look, this is that big thing I did, 2 weeks ago, which I don't like. I cut it up into postcards. I'm not really fond of it, but I'm going to cover it up, and I'll put another thing on top of it. So we'll glue this down and cover. That kind of looks like a bunch of balloons if you didn't have that in the middle. But we'll glue that down. I know Barbara Clark suggested that I could put in a thin wash of gesso to push it back. And yeah, I could do that. Just didn't feel like doing it. That's all. So I watched Miriam this morning from Israel. She was drawing on Procreate. I was drawing on Procreate the other day. And then I'm taking a little AI class online. And it's pretty interesting. It's supposedly a class meant for old people. I certainly fall into that category. But it's all about the prompts. And isn't that true about any art? We have prompts. Well, apparently, when you want to create an AI image, the more prompts, obviously, and because this makes perfect sense, the more prompts you give it, the more defined your image is. So they've got all these fancy words for doing that. But I was trying to create a stick figure. Hi, Renee. How are you? It's good to see you. I'm working on our patriotic postcards, protest postcards. It's a mouthful. And I'm just, let's glue that here. Hi, Safia. How's the little one? I know you had a rough night the other night. Hope he is healing, quickly. Let's see. Kids' roughhouse, things like that happen. I think I told the story last week that David and Richard were horsing around, and all of a sudden I heard a scream. That's what you said. I didn't realize that. And Richard needed stitches. Doing some trimmage here, and of course I didn't get that all the way down. Of course I did. Oh, I'm glad he slept through the night. That's good. That's good. So I get it's healing then. It's not hurting him so bad, I guess. That's good. There's an expression here. I don't know that maybe. And I think the expression is like it's better than a poke in the eye. And I guess that's what kind of would happen, right? It's better than a poke in the eye. So that at least covers, that's there, but for the most part, it's covered up. And yes, okay. Hi, Lydia. I guess that's the rest of it. Hope his specials PJs. Yes, that was it. That's the rest of it. Better than a poke in the eye with a sharp. We used to say sharp stick. We didn't say sharpened stick. I think we would just say sharp stick. That's it. That's it. Better than a poke in the eye. Yes. Let's see. Oh, this is some that I made last week. And I colored in, these are little people of various shades of color. And that was tedious. One nation for all. So I think I did that off stream. And got 6 altogether. He's in his combat camo. Oh my, well, he's fighting off He's fighting off the bad guys. Did he poke himself in the eye, or did his brother inadvertently poke him in the eye? So I made this stamp. I did it on foamy stuff. Thanks, Renee. Yeah, that's something that Mariah and I kind of came up with. So I was doing this on the foamy stuff. Hi, Barbara. And it took, oh my God, I can't tell you how many times I had to do it because I couldn't figure out how to write backwards. And I always think about Leonardo da Vinci, who wrote many of his journals and diaries backwards. No, it was his older brother's finger. Oh, his eye. Ooh, when his brother did it. Oh, jeez. When his brother did it. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Leonardo da Vinci wrote his journals backwards. And the only way people could read them was they held them up to a mirror. But he just, like you and I would sit down and write, he would write backwards. Obviously, he wasn't dyslexic. Or maybe he was. I don't know. Because that's part of my problem. So I decided I would do that, carve that on a scrap piece of the carving substrate stuff that you have. And the reason why I'm down to such a small piece, and I've carved this "We the People" on one side and have had enough on the other side, is because I screwed it up so many times that this is all that I have left of a piece. Now, thank God, it wasn't a whole piece. It was part of a piece. But I would get it almost completely done, and then I had one letter that was facing the wrong way. So this kind of looks interesting. So I thought I would stick this on here, and it's on that transparent paper. And it's kind of dry. It's a little sticky. I know, but it's not like coming off. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going to stick it on here. Again, I'm going to print this out. I kind of like the roughed edges around it. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I mean, like, obviously an O is easy. H's are easy. If you're doing like a capital H, capital A, those, they go either way. I think those are the only letters, right? That would, trying to think what other letters would, capital H, you don't have to worry about. An O, obviously, a capital A, a V, trying to think of letters, V. I carved it with all of such. Oh no, I only realized when, you went to print it. Oh no. Now let's see if I can't separate this from its rightful. You can see I had trouble doing that earlier too. Come on. I got it. All right. Let's see. Let's do this. It's kind of like, I'm going to stick this there like so. Hi, Jackie. Welcome. Yeah, that looks good. And we'll cut out have had enough. Now I got a little blooper right here on that E, and that's because there was something on the stamp, a little something on the stamp that's no longer on there. I could restamp it, but I decided I was not going to. So there. Hi, Janice. Welcome, welcome. I was telling Ruth earlier we were having a wicked thunderstorm came rolling through here. Severe thunderstorm warnings and such. But this seems to have moved on. So maybe we got a total of maybe 20 minutes of rain that we desperately need. And I'm hoping that my edition is going to start soon. He asked for more money because he had to pay for some materials. So I think that's a good sign, right? At least I'm telling myself that's a good sign. But I did say to him, I'm just going to stick that like, should I do that like that? No, I think I'm going to have it kind of go down like that. When I was talking to him when he came to pick up his check, I said, all right. I said to him, well, August, right? Because I asked him again, when do you think you're going to start? And I said, August. I said, August? He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything when I said August. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. So we the people have had enough. And that's, they kind of can see that. I like that. I don't know why I didn't cover that up. I have no idea. Maybe I can cover it up with another stamp. I really do love this vinyl stuff. I've kind of fallen in love with it. I went through Sticker Nations. And oh, Kathy, guess what? Safia has Sticker Nations #1. Do you have Sticker Nations #1? Because I don't. So, but I printed out a bunch of them on the sticker paper. So we the people have had enough. So maybe here we could do hold fast, stay true, shake it up. How about plan to protest? I think I'll stick that one there. Plan to protest. Let's see what that. So these are all on that sticker paper. You know, and this may better. I can't even talk. Might have been better to print out on that washi sticker paper. I know, isn't that a great one? You saw that one? Make presidents read. I know. I thought that was pretty funny. Unfortunately, it's true. I was going to print out yeah, that's one of the stickers. Right there, make presidents read. Let's face the facts. The clock is ticking. Whining won't work. That's a good one too. Whining won't work. I could add to that. Whining won't work, but voting will. This is true. Very good point, Diane. Excellent, and welcome. And welcome. Yeah, that fits right there. That's cool. That's right. Let's see if we can see it. Again, this may have probably maybe should have been on the washi, the regular, the washi paper. I have that too, of course. I got it all, folks. I got it all. This might blend in. Oh my God, I love that book. Oh my God, yes. That's such a great book. Yeah, that kind of gets lost, but you can, if you have it in your hand, you can see it. I might print those all out on the other paper. Well, speaking of history, thank you, Janice. This is a beautiful segue to something else that I wanted to bring up. I went through and I read through the original 27 grievances that appear in the Declaration of Independence, because that's basically what it was, a gripe list, 27 specific things that the king was doing to us, the colonists. And I went through them, read them through again today, and I pulled out the ones where similar things are kind of going on today. Um, and with just, you don't even, you have to change the words from colonists to Americans and king to our present president. But it's amazing how many of these hold true. Original grievances, denial of trial by jury, this is what it was, depriving colonists of their right to a trial by jury. Well, today, depriving immigrants of their right to due process of law. Um, transporting colonists for trial and sending colonists to England for trial, far from their homes and witnesses. Now we're sending immigrants to foreign countries, to hellhole prisons and far from their homes. Cutting off trade, imposing restrictions on colonial trade with other nations. Well, imposing tariffs are kind of doing that to our businesses. We now have tariffs. Harassing officials, sending numerous officials to harass and drain the colonists' resources. Now, sending ICE officials to arrest elected representatives trying to do their oversight jobs. Uh, then, inciting violence and encouraging conflict between the colonists and Native American tribes. Now, creating a divisive atmosphere among Americans. Standing army, maintaining a large army force in the colonies during peacetime. Now, sending Marines and National Guardsmen to California against the governor's wishes. Independent judges, making judges dependent on the king for their positions and salaries, undermining their impartiality. Now, taking away the powers of federal judges around the country. So, this is some history of then and now of grievances. And it's, the old saying, those who fail to learn history are doomed to repeat it. And, we do this all the time. We're great repeaters of histories. But I thought those are the ones where there are the most, in your face grievances that are very similar to what's going on today. So I thought I would share that with you. And I also, and I went and typed in 1800 tariff political cartoons, and tariffs have been a thing since the 1800s. Um, so I have some more that I'm going to put together. These are very simple. They're not super multiples. Okay, yes, I have a couple of number twos. Apologies for being. Oh, not a problem. Will you hear from my then and now on the grievances? I hope. That's your history lesson for today. And I made this card here. And I'm going to plan to protest. That's in here. But I printed all of these, a lot of this, the sticker, nation stickers. I printed out on that vinyl paper. And I probably should have printed it out on the washi. And that's the stamp I carved that says, and it's on both sides, so it's rather messy when you use it. Thank you for putting together that PDF. I was telling people earlier that they can go over to Maker's Mark and not Maker's Mark. I'm sorry, that's bourbon. Maker's Media Maker. Anyway, and you've put together this beautiful PDF file where people can download. Hi, Beth. Can download all of the postcards that we've already done. I know. I bought myself a bottle of Maker's. I like to have that, like a nightcap. The guy that I worked for, I was a special ed aide when I first went back to work before I became a teacher. And every Christmas he would say to me, your Christmas present is out in your car. I couldn't bring it in school. So the first year I didn't know what he was talking about. And I went out to my car at the end of the day, and in the back seat, behind the driver's seat, was a brown paper bag, and in there was a fifth of Maker's Mark. And that was the first time I had ever had Maker's Mark. And I thought, this guy really understands me. Good boss. He was a really good man to work for. So this is another one I put together. And I just printed it out on a cream-colored paper. I'll have to look at Garrison Brothers. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I'm already drinking Austin, Texas vodka. I might as well. There was another whiskey, Rebel Yell, I think. Oh, that's what P is drinking on camera sometimes. Man, I loved it when she was doing that. I know it's not good for us, but anyway, I thought it was great, and she would be sipping a little tea. Okay, you know what? I'm going to use one of those cards that are so busy that I don't like. Constitute, and the other thing I've been using as a reference, I will share with you. Because this, I don't know, I put this sticky thing on. I don't know why I did, but this is a wonderful book. The Words We Live By is your annotated guide to the Constitution. I use this all the time when I was teaching government. It's a really great read because it really explains it, and the whole Constitution is annotated with quotes, in the margins, and it really breaks it down article by article and section by section. And I was going through here to pull out some possible quotable quotes. I've got a lot of notes in the margins, but this is a good one. Yeah, someone asked. Yeah, Barbara because she's a mod. She can do that, I think. Right, Barbara? Yeah, someone asked in your stream whether they could just print those out on cardstock and cut them up and send them out as postcards. Yeah, the cardstock that I have is just as thick, if not thicker, than the postcard paper that I bought. So this is one of those really loud ones, and I can just stick this on top, and it'll have this interesting border. And this came out of that book, Constitution, a society's most fundamental and most important law. Do your job, stand up for our Constitution. So this will be a good one to send to a local administrator. So we'll stick that on there. And again, if you type in DOS dot and whatever the initials are for your state, that should bring you to a website that will give you all sorts of links and everything to find your local officials and federal officials, and it'll have information on how and when and where to register. It'll take you to your state where you can, where they'll have all that information. It's like a, and the DOS stands for Department of State, and then your state. And that's a simple way if you're not sure where to get that information. Are they? Of course. Oh, really? A DO state or DOJ? I hope. Oh, man. Bastards. I don't know whether this is a horrible thing to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. If I were super rich, I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed that all of these cuts are to give super rich people a cut on their taxes. I mean, even Warren Buffett, many years ago, Warren Buffett thought it was, and yeah, Warren Buffett made a comment about, he didn't think it was right that his secretary paid more taxes than he did. So that's how quick and easy. Yeah, in corporations, yeah. I mean, I would, and someone did the break, and I hate to say this when I say someone said, because I don't like to do that. I want to be able to tell you who said it, and I don't remember. So when people go, well, they said, I want to know who they is, so I'm not going to give you, vague information. But there was a breakdown on actually how much money this is going to cost the average household and how much of a tax break it's going to give the wealthy people. And it's not that much. I know. What do you have? Everyone should have a copy of that and read it. The Constitution, yes. The pocket Constitution. Yeah, you can get it for a couple of bucks. I have my pocket Constitution. There was a guy, another American history teacher, that had it literally in his pocket all the time. Yes, the postcards, I do believe, is it, Barbara. Ask Mariah. I might tear this. Yeah, I'm going to do a rippy-do to make it a little jaggedy. And I've tried not to be too negative. I don't think I've been negative in any of this. I don't think any of us have been negative. We're just encouraging people to really basically pay attention and peacefully dissent, which is a form of patriotism. And as John Lewis said, good trouble. And here, look, I think nationwide, next weekend, there's supposed to be a huge, that's right, patriotic protest postcards, not, yeah. It's supposed to be a nationwide protest in honoring of John Lewis. Yes, on the 17th. Good trouble. There's a group here that's called like-minded people. And the woman, the person that lives in here, who is part of that organization, sends out all that information. I'm on her email list. I'm just tearing this a little bit since I can. I'll do a little outlining around the edges. I should have done it the other. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll be fine. Let's do this. Let's give it a little. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Barbara. And again, thank you, Mariah. When you people go through it, you will be, it's beautiful. It's done beautifully. It's really, yeah, nice. Yeah. So hopefully some people will take advantage. We'll print them out on some cardstock. Cut them. They're all 4x7 because that's the size that, at least I think everyone's are 4x7, which is standard postcard size. All right, let's get another one of those loud postcards. Do they look? Yeah, they look okay, right? People are probably going to wonder, "Ooh, what's all that behind there?" All right. Now, this also came out of Words to. Oh yeah, that's what. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, 8 TCs. Okay. And this is the one that's slight. Oh, I just saw a flash of lightning out of the corner of my eyes. Out of my eyes. Out of the corner of my eyes, I guess. Out of the corner of my. There's some thunder. This came out of Words to Live By. This was in the margins, and it's a Mark Twain quote. You know, Mark Twain did not have much patience with Congress in general, so this is a Mark Twain quote. Hi, Joyce. Reader, suppose you were an idiot, and suppose you were a member of Congress. But I repeat myself. Mark Twain. That's so Twain, isn't it? That is so Twain. So I thought I got a picture of Congress, the Capitol building. We'll stick that on this. Again, my cards are very simple. Some of the other cards are just so beautifully artistic. But I have to say, I have enjoyed making them and looking for different things to say on them. I think I'll use brown ink. I think Will Rogers was another guy that had some really good satirical lines about the, oh, I know. Yep. A lot of people were. There. I like that. What do you think? I think that works. Simple. We'll glue her down. Yeah, most of the things around this area, the protests are, yeah, they're about 40 minutes. Yeah, they're about 30, 40 minutes away. And they're basically on like busy intersections. They're not like, I know Becky's was at, there was some that were held at state houses around the country. I'll do this. Oh, you guys have been at the state? Okay. Yeah, the last two of here have been at very busy intersections, which kind of makes me nervous. Oh, there it is. I thought I had lost it. Okay. I'll stick that down. Oh, okay. Or around the grassy. Oh, wow, the grassy knoll. I think we all know where that is. Only for one reason. I would have never known about the grassy knoll if it hadn't been for JFK's assassination. Wow. All right, there's another card. You can see how simple these two are very easy. I want to do, I was going to do a patriotic, like a masterboard, just do a regular old fashioned masterboard but with patriotic stuff that I could use as a background or cut up. But I've got a couple more that I have printed out. Again, I've been printing it out on beigey paper. I like this cream color paper because it's not, not so light. Hi, Julie. Welcome, welcome from the land of Oz. Hey, Julie. I had to order paper. I ordered a ream of printer paper, weight 20. And the other paper I like to use is resume paper, which is 32 weight. It's really nice. It's a little bit heavier than regular printer paper. And that's the paper I put in my laser printer. The laser printer is going to need some toner here soon. Oh, that's right. You worked in Dallas. That's right. Oh my gosh, I forgot that. You were a reporter, a writer, right? Wow. Yeah, well, yeah, that's about right because you're that much older than I am. Because I was in 9th grade. I bet you all of us, if you're old enough, you know exactly where you were. This is another one that I came across in that book. which I really like, and I had it on a card, and unfortunately, I screwed up the card. I'll show you what I had done with the card. I'm really angry with myself. I wasn't paying attention when I wrote down, because I found this word here, liberty, was out of the name of a furniture company, but it had all the letters, and this was an R that I turned into a Y. But this is all screwed up, you know. But this is John Adams' quote: "Is liberty once lost is lost forever." So, oh, I could put it on there. We still have part. This was my favorite. Should I just leave that? Well, I can be one of them. I just screwed it up. But I love the Liberty. And that was that one pull I did, and that's Devin's stencil called The Bridge. And that was the, obviously, I was trying to do an ombre thing, and I threw on some gold. It was the bit. All right, I will not throw that. Oh, I wasn't going to throw it out, but I will put this on another postcard. It's so true. And people are, being whisked away. And apparently they're not able to build facilities, detention centers, or whatever you're going to end up calling them, fast enough. Like we have the Everglades Alcatraz down here. And I guess ICE is behind in gathering people. And of course, the one that happened when the troops went through the park in Los Angeles, where there was a summer camp thing going through. And that reminded me of Kent University in Kent. I have those pictures too. Okay. I went through and I took pictures of pictures. They're all black and white, and I haven't done anything with them yet. Pictures of Kent. There's a couple of other pictures that I haven't really done anything with. We could stick well, I think those stickers, they're better off on, yeah, these don't come up. I'm going to print these out again on the washi sticker paper, because I could put "Justice Will Prevail," but you're not going to see it because, again, the transparency. So we'll just leave that for now. There's another one. Hi, Pam. And let's see. I got two more. This is a picture of a photograph out of a book that I took a picture of it with my camera, and then put it into Google Drawing, and then I could change the aspects. I could manipulate it. Hi, Judah. Welcome, welcome. I've got a little red border around the edge of that because we've all heard this before. Freedom is not free. I wonder, should I cut him out? What do you think? I'm going to cut him out and split him down. If it doesn't look good, then I can just print this out again. But I like things cut out. I'm going to cut him out. Especially since the freedom is not free, fits across his back. And I can't help but think about, I know that there was, an unfortunate confrontation between the migrant workers at a cannabis farm with the ICE and National Guardsmen, I guess. And shots were fired, which was unfortunate. One of the running immigrants had a gun and he was firing at the ICE people, and that's unfortunate, but I don't think anybody was. And that's when you treat people and threaten people, sometimes they're gonna respond in an. But there was video of the guy turning around and firing at the ICE. That was the other night, I guess. I saw that on the news. And that just, my heart just sank. Because that's just going to fuel the fire. That's another good song. We were talking about that, right? We didn't start the fire. Yes, exactly. It's not for all. Oh, I think that looks much, oh my gosh, what a difference, right? What a difference. Definitely. Perfect. Yes. Well, I'm sure you remember people, when that song came out, We Didn't Start the Fire, people made videos of that song where they actually had everything that song touched on was made into a video. And those are unbelievable. Go back and watch some of those. Just type in, I guess, We Didn't Start the Fire, and people have it mentions everything in the lyrics of that song. Was that another Billy Joe? Did Billy Joe do We Didn't Start the Fire? Well, I happened to catch Saturday Night Live last night. Very rarely do I catch it live, but it was the last show of season 50. And they sang piano. Is it Piano Man? It is Billy Joel. Yeah. And they sang Piano Man, the cast, and it was what's her Johannesburg? No, not Johannesburg. Oh, what the heck's that actress's name? Oh man, blonde. I can't think of her name now, but she was the host. Piano Man. They were singing that last night, and they have a guy that went on the cast that that does their Trump, and I don't know his name either, but because I fell asleep before it was over, but I can go back and watch it on. See, that really came out good, and I put him with a kind of the looks like fireworks are going off. And there's another one. Yes, well said. And here's another one. This one is, I'm going to tear this one because this one's just a tad too big. It'll fit. And we the people, not this, that came out of the book also. We the people, not the states, ordain and establish the Constitution. I mean, the founding fathers were really on it. They were really afraid. That we might find ourselves back where they had fought so valiantly against. Getting quite the stack here. Yeah, I have. Well, I had the original 6, which you have pictures of. And I have a whole new sheet of postcard stamps. Thank you. I do too, especially after cutting him out. That really, yeah, that one, yeah. But you can see how uncomplicated these are. You got lots of people. It's not just Mariah and I. There's a whole bunch of people within this community that sent Mariah downloads of postcards that they've done also. Which is really neat. I was watching a reel and there was a woman that came on, and I'm not familiar with her, but she is yes, I will. Now that I know how to do that. I very rarely use the scan feature on my printer. All right. Yeah, I still have some more. I had 2 sheets of those. This is a good one. Well, this is, I think, is going to get completely covered up. So maybe I should put that on a plain one. Let's see. I might as well put this on a plain one since it's pretty much covered up. And when I go around with the brown stuff, it'll, yeah, save that. But I do want to try jelly plate again with the red, white, and blue ombre thing, effect. A while back, I was working on creating a little cartoon character. And it was supposed to be me and Lily. And me, when I drew me as a stick figure. Very basic. It has me with my eyeglasses on, short hair, hoops. That's all I wear. I have little gold hoops as my earrings, and a t-shirt, shorts, and flip-flops. That's pretty much what I wear on a daily basis, unless I'm going out. And so I was doing this, taking this AI course, and I was at a point where I was giving the program prompts to create this stick figure, and it was amazing. It's my uniform. Yes, that's my uniform. Exactly. So I have lots of t-shirts, lots of cut off pants that have turned into shorts that have gigantic stains of paint and ink on them that I can't wear in public because they're that ratty. But it doesn't matter. So the AI version was very, very fancy. And I've drawn this character. I've drawn her in the uniform. Yes. Well, I bet you, yeah, a lot of ours are probably in, cut-offs, or I have a pair of white painter pants, the old-fashioned white painter pants, with the carpenter pants, but white canvas that I've made into shorts. And they're pretty ratty. No one really, well, the contractor has seen me in my uniform. But, he's a guy and he's not going to notice. And the woman that delivered my groceries yesterday, when I put my grocery order together yesterday, I thought she had picked up the wrong thing. And of course, when I went back and looked at the receipt, it was my mistake, not hers. I thought I was ordering a pound of ground beef, ground chuck, right? What I ended up ordering was a pound of ground pork. I don't know what to do with that. What do you do with ground pork? Can you make a pork burger, I guess, like you would make a hamburger? Need to work. Yes, fellow artist. Oh, I like the way that looks. That looks really kind of grungy. Let's grunge it up a little bit more. Let's go grunge. I love the grunge. Oh, I was thinking of that. Yeah. Taco? Yeah, I guess you could. Meatballs? Yeah. That's a good idea. And I don't know, I was feeling very ambitious yesterday, or lazy. I bought a whole roasting chicken that I'm going to cut up because I know how to do that. And I can take a whole chicken and cut it up, and I'll end up with 2 breasts, 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 wings, and a carcass, and a partridge in a pear tree. And I was going to do that today, so all of the scraps from the cutting up of that could go out with the garbage, but I forgot. I'll do it tomorrow. Mixed ground beef makes a burger. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I guess I could add like fennel and sage and Italian sausage seasoning to it too. I guess it would be good in spaghetti. Red sauce, yeah. Any Italian with red sauce. Yep. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to package that. So I bought a whole chicken that I plan to cut up. And then I've got a pork tenderloin. I bought a whole bunch of meat. It'll last me forever because I'm only one person. I like the way that one came out too. So This is my Lily character. Uh, no, this is me with Lily, but I don't like the Lily in this. And this splat is a splat that you can get when you do on Procreate. There's a thing that you can get this splat. So I have, what's happening, Lily? So that's kind of, but you should see how the AI one came out. Nothing like this for sure. But when the prompt was stick figure with short hair, hoop earrings, eyeglasses, t-shirt, shorts, flip-flops, raised eyebrow. Yeah, it was interesting how it came out. I thought I could use her in something. Well, that's all I have ready to go today, but I think I got a lot done because I've been working on it. I think that's all of the ones I have. Let's see what we got done this afternoon. Got a lot done. Let's put them out for We the People. I do really like this one, and cutting him out was really. Oh, okay, Ampex. This one. Ampex is on tomorrow morning, very early for you early risers. 6:30. We're going to be working on our flower garden. This one's kind of rough, but once lost, liberty. Once lost, liberty is lost forever. Here's the White House. Reader, suppose you were an idiot, and suppose you were a member of Congress. But I repeat myself. Mark Twain. And this is the Constitution, a society's most fundamental and most important law. Do your job, stand up for our Constitution. And here's another, that sentiment again. Liberty once lost is lost forever. That's from John Adams. Oops, and this one with the rest of the back. We the people have had enough and plan to protest. You can't see that. And the other one I finished was I took the rest of this design and this was the pieces from this. And this is, this land is your land on that transparent sheet. Oh, yes. And this one that Mariah's got, these are the ones that Mariah has on the downloads. These are the ones of mine that they have in their possession. And this is Born in the USA. And Let Justice Ring Out. And this one I really like too. Let Me Guess. License and registration. And then another One Nation for All. So there's my pile. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Those of you who don't know, Becky has been patiently, oh man, I don't even know how many years they've been working on this bathroom. So that's my pile. So I'm going to sign off. I mean, 2.5 years. Yeah, yeah, 2.5 years. So I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to be watching Becky. I don't think I will be. Oh, thank you, Mo. I hope so. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm going to continue. I've got some more pictures and stuff, and I'm going to do some more jelly plate printing. Try that again. I get so scared, but no, I'm only kidding. But take care, and I'll see Becky tomorrow at 6:30. Uh, Mariah's on at 11. It's on Monday, so it's Mariah Makes tomorrow. And have a good a week. And I'm sure I'll see you out on the internets. And remember, if you can't be good, be careful and fabulous. And yeah, so bye.